Guys, so I'm back with another video. This is an air brake disc pad replacement. So this is just like a regular car disc brake system, just that, you know, this is the caliper here, this is the brake chamber, and this one specifically is the front. So what you do, this is the retainer clip. You use new hardware all the time. This hold the retainer in. Yeah, so there's two pistons here, and I'm just doing this quickly. Sorry for the shaky hands. There's two pistons here. If these are loose in any way, like they're falling out or anything, then you got to replace the caliper. There's the adjuster over here, and this is just a dust boot, and there's a 10mm adjuster there. So this adjuster, this would break away if there's more than 30 foot-pounds of force on it. There's the adjuster. So this is just an adapter that's supposed to tell you whether or not the caliper is binding or working properly. So this is like everything else. It's righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So to back it up, okay, so I'm going right, so I'm actually adjusting it up. So to loosen it, you're gonna go rotate counterclockwise, and you hear the clicks. You just keep going back. I've never counted the clicks, but you can see once the pistons is moving backwards, this adapter would break away at force over 30 foot-pounds. So if they break away, and if you snap it, then this actually would break at 30 foot-pounds. So if you snap it, then you know the caliper is binding. And if you do in the rear, then you have to release the air in the system. This is the front, so there's no air in the system right now. If you do in the rear, you got to release the part brake or release the air. Yeah, release the part brake, and you'll be able to back it off. Always make sure you do that. Sometimes guys do it thinking that the caliper is no good, but there's still air, the part brake is still applied. So you back that off all the way like that, just like a regular thing. And then you take out this retainer clip. I usually use, you know, the pliers here, up it there, pop it out. Here's the retainer here. Yeah. And just like regular disc pads, you just remove them. That's it. And you know, you do some inspection. This is the slider pins. You gotta lube this, but you gotta clean it up and lube it. And then you make sure there's one up here, but there's a dust boot on this. For some reason, this don't have it. And then you just make sure that it's sliding freely. It's difficult to do this with one hand, but you make sure that the caliper is sliding freely on top the piston. If there's any binding or anything, I would replace it. You also measure the rotor with a caliper measuring gauge, and this is supposed to be 37mm. Anything under 37mm, it becomes risky. So let me show you how to do that. So you would set the meter to 0. Doing this with one hand, folks. Sorry. Uh-oh. You see, this is 36.7. So we're gonna have to change this rotor. But anyway, we'll change the rotors and we replace the disc pad. I'll show you how to install them after. Okay, so we have everything back together. We have a new rotor in. And sorry I didn't film this, but sometimes it's difficult to draw. These are some X bolts that you loosen to get the rotor out. So anyway, let's go ahead and put this pads back in. Put the pin in. I'm doing this with one hand. So you make sure you put the washer in. And then you put the retainer clip in. If you turn it on the inside, like that, that'll stop it from bouncing out possibly, but those never come out. Now to adjust it, it's like I said, to adjust it is basically going right. And you just run it up all the way. And then you go back 2 clicks. You just go back 2 clicks. That's it. And you're done. You put on back the boots in there, and that's how you do the disc pad on a air brake system.